exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream in me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Chance I get, you can't change nothing if you don't do.
How y'all doing, baby? It's Sunday. Hey, I bet y'all didn't even realize that. That shit's today's Sunday, baby. Damn, seems like it comes around every week. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. It's time to start off another week of interesting tales to come. Anyway, I hope y'all had a great weekend. We had a nice weekend. Weather's been good and hot. I emphasize the hot part, and I'm sure a lot of other people are feeling the same way. Anyway, well, let's make the introductions first, because Dwayne Twizzle jumped in the room, followed by Jay Clayton, and Jay's letting us know that Stephanie's not doing too well. She's got some doctor's appointments tomorrow, and hoping to get some answers. We hope the best for her. Stephanie Dean, please take care of yourself and do whatever the doctor's telling you to do. And Jay, you keep sending them flowers and then taking care of all that love stuff. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Martha Olivera is with us. Mega Wet Willie is here, as is Miss Linda. Hello, Mary Ellen. The Remixtress is with us. Michael J. Sherry Puckett, thank you for being here. Charles Stokel, Dorothy Tyndall, Sue Van 50, Tracy Tobias, who I understand has a rumor she's moving to Corpus. That's the rumor people are saying. I don't know. I haven't heard anything definite. There was just something in the wind that said, hey. Anyway, Tracy Tobias, thank you for being here, baby. Richard Phillips, Donald Ware is here. Linda Taylor Gallup, Gene Shanky, thank you for being here, darling. BW, Susan Jarrett, Michael James, Pete Briggs, thank you. Dizzy Duke is here. BW, Iris Uzel, thank you for being here, darling. Carol Gillens, and, wait a minute, Ardessa, also known as Purple Moon Dragon, is with us. Teresa Diggum, I seen your picture, baby. Dizzy Duke, wait, Dennis Utenreiner is here. Let me see. Karen Van Wyck is here. Jan Beats, thank you for being here, darling. Raul Sanchez, he says, got a cold Corona just for you, John, on the island. Come on down. I know who that is. Raul, a.k.a. Bear. That's my buddy Bear. And just right out there on the island, man. It's within driving distance here. Whew. I need to, brother. I need to. Mark Perkins, thank you for being here. Julia Thompson, I'm always so tickled to see you in there. I'm trying to take your advice, baby. I just don't see the point in it. I'm trying, though. Anyway, Sonia C., thank you for being here. Let me get on down here to where we are. Brenda Summer Dalton, thank you for being here. And our own Bernadette Pre, thank you. Anyway, so what's been going on? That's shit. Freedom, baby. Freedom. That's what Governor Ron DeSantis said. That's what Greg Abbott said. Florida is a freedom state. We're a freedom state. What the hell does that mean? You show me a state in this country that is not a freedom state. What freedoms are you giving up? You know, there are undercurrents in our country that have affected our politic, our common sense, right down to the headlines, speaking of Florida, of the COVID-19 crisis. And we got to get a handle on this shit, baby, or it's not going to stop. It's going to get worse. And I was pleased to see Senator Dick Durbin this morning on the news channels. Senator Durbin from Illinois is the Judiciary Committee, chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and they're the ones that have been interviewing Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen and Deputy Attorney Richard Donahue. And boy, howdy. What did Dick Durbin said? Frightening information came out of those interviews. Frightening information. Rosen was in there for 7 hours. I think Donahue was in there for 5 hours. There's a lot to be talked about in there. And it seems to center around the fact that there was an attempted coup of our country. And in my judgment, is still going on. But a lot of the discussion was around Jeffrey Clark, this lawyer in the Environmental Division, one of Donnie's loyalists, baby. He wants to stay in. He wants to be Attorney General. Yeah. He wanted. There are 5 instances pointed out in Rosen's testimony of Jeffrey Clark going outside of the Department of Justice and to push conspiracy theories as a member of the DOJ, mind you, to people. And this little bullshit of Donnie trying to push the Department of Justice into putting our country into chaos went all the way up to January 3rd. On January 3rd, Donnie had a meeting with Attorney General Rosen and Jeffrey Clark. Y'all stand up there and convince me who I want to have as Attorney General. They had them vie for who wants to be AG up there. A little contest, you know, like, I don't know, Celebrity Apprentice, maybe. Who wants to be Attorney General? Thank God. Rosen won. Now, mind you, this is January 3rd, 3 days before the insurrection, and the insurrection was already in the planning. Already in the planning. You know, this is important shit. Jeffrey Clark needs to trot his ass up there and subpoena him. He's going to fight it. You know he is. Get his ass up there. Because I want to know who he was talking to. Who he was talking to. Because Senator Durbin this morning also included the line that the people in the White House, and to use Senator Durbin's language, the leadership in the White House. Now, we know that includes Donnie. But who else? Mark Meadows, Don McGahn. Who else is in the leadership of the White House? Who wanted Jeffrey Rosen to go meet with certain individuals who had theories about the about the election? I want to know from Jeffrey Clark who directed him to write that letter, to write those letters to the state, and especially the one to Georgia, to Arizona, to Wisconsin. Where were these all the letters? We're going to go to all the states or just particular states? I want to know who helped draft that letter. I want to know who was involved in the planning stage of what are we going to do, because Donnie pointed out in his little speech there that all just call it corrupt, and I'll do the rest, me and my Republican congressman. I want to know who they are. And this committee needs to get to the bottom of it, because the American people are sick and tired of this shit. Sick and tired. U.S. Code 18, subsection 2383. This is law, baby. U.S. Code. It is illegal to incite, sets on foot, assist with, or participate in a rebellion or insurrection against U.S. laws and authority. The punishment is a fine plus 10 years in prison. Here's the one. And no public office. No public office. Do you think a fine is going to scare these congressmen? No. They got somebody, they'll pay it off. Don't worry about it. Prison? Well, they should be. But you can be a congressman while you're in prison. There ain't no law against that. You could be in prison and still be a congressman. Don't stop you. But the punishment of no public office. Anybody convicted of this shall hold no federal office, no state office, no city office. You can't be dog catcher. Hell, you can't even be the dog poop scooper. That's what they're afraid of. That's the fear in these congressmen, that they're going to lose their cushy-ass job up there where all they have to do is spend the day trying to suck turds out of Donnie's butt. They're happy. They get all the little things. Huh? Okay. We're shorthanded tonight, so Trevor's got to go take care of something. Anyway, nothing important. Where was I? We got to get a handle on this, baby. We have to. This is our democracy. Hell, we got Tucker Carlson doing an infomercial for Hungary. Talking about Hungary's doing it right. Are you shitting me? Yeah. That's what Tucker Carlson wants. Hungary. A white nationalist country. No, we don't accept immigrants over here in Hungary. We don't want to soil our tradition or our language or our color. The question of whether the right-hand nut job society, including Fox, Newsmax, and all that other bullshit over there, and these maggots, they're all too willing to accept an autocracy. They want somebody to dictate the laws in this country, not our Constitution, not the U.S. Code. No, him, the leader. He gets to dictate everything. You know, somebody who's very stable genius. They're willing to sell our ass out. That is why we're in this. Because Plan A didn't work. Plan B, people are being arrested and investigated for. They got very little time to pull off Plan C. I guess Plan F or G is win the election. But they're not going to do that. Not legally. Not ethically. No. Because the American people are tired of this kind of bullshit. This traitorous activity within our damn law, our Congress. 14th Amendment, baby. 14th Amendment of the Constitution. We don't even have to go into the law, which came later. We can go right to the Constitution, baby. The 14th Amendment. No person who is active in an insurrection can hold public office and can be disbarred by Congress by a vote of 2/3 of both houses. I'm paraphrasing. There are people within our house that have broke that law, who have violated this Constitution, and they need to be held account. They need to stand up and receive the punishment for their crimes. And that's what the American people are demanding. Tired of this bullshit. They're out to try to save their own ass when they know they're guilty. Anyway, that's my rant. I want to thank Tammy Ames, who came in with $10 and said, "Hi, fans, watching while heading home from Pittsburgh. Shout out to the good Mitch. Wish we had more time. Thank you for being a part of this fabulous trip." Amen and hallelujah, Tammy Ames, Nana Lovely, because I got a message from her. Her and Mitch Goldstein met up Ain't that some shit? Mitch Goldstein and one of his boys met up with Tammy Ames, and they got to meet. And I think that's just a spectacular thing when our Blue Dots have an opportunity to meet each other face to face. And I was just so tickled to hear that. And anytime that happens, I'm just tickled to death. Bernadette, how are you, darling? Are you with us, Bernadette? Oh, no. I can't hear you. Johnny Fly? Uh-oh. David? And nobody can either hear me or I can't hear y'all. One of the two is happening here. And I don't have the mouse, and Travis isn't here. But he will be back here in just a minute. He's just taking care of the puppy, which could take a minute or two. But Emma she's 16 years old now, and she can do her business and everything. She just needs a little assistance navigating through the door and everything. And anyway, she's our puppy. Anyway, Sturgis, Sonia C. Sturgis. Yes, Sturgis is going on. 100,000 people up there. Nothing'll happen. Don't worry about that shit. While we have the COVID-19 and Freedom Riders, DeSantos and Abbott, saving the country and standing up for freedom. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? That's what I keep thinking to myself. Are you kidding me? Florida, there's a headline here. In just 2 weeks, 6 members of a Florida church died of COVID-19. 2 weeks. Shit's spread like wildfire out there. And Ron DeSantos is going to stand there and talk about freedom? What about the freedom to live? The freedom from the fear of catching a disease from somebody who just refuses. We're at 50%. We got to get to 70 to 85% for herd immunity. You think we're going to be able to do that with bozos like DeSantos and Abbott running around talking about freedom? No. I tried, but nobody could hear me, or I couldn't hear them.
Well, I wasn't here.
Oh, well. Bernadette, are you there now?
Hang on.
Hang on.
I gotta get settled in my seat.
All right. Emma, okay?
All right, there you go.
Yeah, you go. Bernadette. Nope, that didn't work. Johnny Fly?
Bernadette's not talking.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Johnny Fly. Okay, we got a connection. Hello, Johnny Fly. How you doing?
I'm doing great. When you first came on to do your rant, for a moment I thought it was the voice of God, because you just came barreling in, and I'm thinking, well, gee, warn me, give me a little music. But,
we gave you music.
Folk music or something.
We gave you music.
I didn't hear it. Not on Discord, I didn't hear it.
Ah. We play music.
But it woke me up because I was doing something, and I heard this. All of a sudden, you just came on. I'm like,
I boomed right in there.
God. I
sorry.
thought God does exist.
That's right.
That's okay.
One of these days, I'm going to meet him, I guess. That's what they tell me. We have a ticket for you right now. Catch that elevator and hit the bottom down. Anyway, Johnny Fly, I'm glad you're here. And David.
Glad to be here.
David, are you with us?
Hello, John. How are you doing today?
Can
you hear me all right?
Yes, sir. We can hear you fine. And how are you doing, my friend?
It's a balmy 90 degrees here, and the smoke finally blew away, so I'm doing a little bit better.
Good. I hope the wind keeps, it's going somewhere. That smoke's going somewhere.
Yeah, when we're not getting it, somebody else
is going to get it. Yeah, it's a tough call nowadays anywhere.
I typed it over on YouTube, too. I can explain freedom in Florida.
Oh, yeah?
See, they're putting the dumb in freedom.
It's exactly what they're doing. That's what their governor is doing. I've watched debate.
Well, Matt Gaetz,
yes,
Scott, and just line them all up. They're worthless,
and willing to risk the lives of their constituents just to freedom, that kind of thing.
That's the idiotic team, John.
That's the what?
The idiotic team.
Yeah. That's what they are, idiots on parade. And you can see it in the news every day. Florida is hitting record levels of the whole pandemic, not just
over 20,000 cases a day now.
Yeah, this is not just like just this time. No, this is the whole freaking pandemic, hitting higher numbers than we did at the beginning.
You know what, John? There has to be something that the people can do. This guy is a mass murderer, DeSantis. I don't care what anybody says. And to see him getting away with this shit is unbelievable.
That's what's sad. Is he's taken the stance, that there will be no mass mandates anywhere in Florida. You cannot put any restrictions on anybody in Florida because we are a freedom state. We are a freedom state.
John, I have to ask you if something's true because I'm questioning it. They're in Texas. Is it true that they had so many Republicans sick with COVID that they can't get a quorum now?
They can't get a quorum because there's no Democrats in the state. Well, I mean,
I know that, but I also heard today that there's so many Republicans sick it wouldn't matter if the Democrats came back or not.
I could not verify that.
Okay, I have to.
It's something I would not doubt.
I heard that too, John.
You heard it too?
I heard that too.
Can you check that out?
Yeah, I read it. I think it was on Yahoo News or somewhere, or YouTube. I saw it. Yeah, it's true.
It's boy, howdy shit. Well, they bring it upon themselves. I know the Democrats are trying to stop them. Maybe they're going to stop themselves in the cruelest of ways. Who's that idiot out in Florida?
Had one Texas lawmaker die from COVID.
Yes.
COVID denier.
Yes.
They had the Newsmax guy just die who was a COVID denier.
And the guy out in Florida who was a right-wing nut job radio host. I didn't write down his name either because again, I'm sorry, but tough shit. He was a big anti-vaxxer. COVID is a hoax. Yeah, he's dead from COVID. And you're seeing these stories because the people are dying. People are dying because of a hoax. It's all them Democrats they got together and they're just spreading this stuff around. It's ridiculous. It's beyond me. It's beyond anybody with a reasonable brain.
Excuse me, can you hear me now?
Is.
There she is.
Hello, Bernadette.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm a hell of a lot better than a whole lot of people in Florida. Duh.
Yeah, Florida. I don't want to put it on the citizens. I mean, there's enough of them in there, Florida man. But it's. I mean, we got blue dots in Florida. We got blue dots all over the place. But as a government, state government, yeah.
John,
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not trying to offend the people.
Nope.
They have an extraordinary idiot for a governor. Okay, Florida needs to lose DeSantis. He is killing those people down there, just like the former president killed a whole bunch of people in the United States.
Yep. Well, now, Bernadette, according to Donnie, I think it was last night on Fox, that over 200 million people would have died had it not been for Donnie.
Did you hear that Fox interview got censored? That the host actually cut out Donnie's part about claiming about the election fraud? And there's a stink about it now. Yeah, apparently they're a little bit nervous about getting sued still.
Yeah, I hope they are. Because that's the answer to that bullshit as far as news organizations and individuals like Mike Lindell and crap like that. Sidney Powell, you don't hear much out of her anymore because she's being sued. Sue the shit out of every one of them that says that shit.
John.
Yes, ma'am.
The one thing that Trump did, and I will give him credit for this, during the pandemic, he fast-tracked money to have the vaccines produced, okay? Because the research had already been there.
Yes.
It had been there for years. And that's what needs to be told about getting this vaccine.
mRNA or something? Yeah.
The research had been there for years. There was no money being put to the research because of Republicans wanting to cut every fucking thing, research and development included.
Yep,
okay.
Indeed.
And because Trump gave the money to the research, the vaccines were developed. What looks to be rather quickly, but this had been years and years in the making. Okay. And that needs to be said over and over again to these people walking around thinking they're going to stick to refrigerators or just have refrigerator magnets stick to them. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm tired of playing with stupid people, John.
I am.
My sister, who is a public school teacher in one of the biggest public school districts in this country, in Las Vegas, Nevada, just was exposed last week. Fortunately, she's vaxxed, chipped. Fortunately, she wears her mask every time she goes out. But now she has to go and get tested so she could be cleared to go back to school. School starts tomorrow.
Pushing it, baby, pushing it. Yes, I have people in my family. Just this evening, my wife found out 2 of her cousins now, both very religious people, have COVID-19. We don't know to what degree or anything. We just found out today that 2 more have had it. We found out today that the one that did have it earlier, who was hospitalized, had to be, what's the word? With the electric paddles. Twice.
I thought maybe she was intubated.
No. Evidently, they had to use the paddles on him.
They had to use the heart monitor paddles on him.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to hear about that. My sister is going today to get tested for COVID-19, so that she can be cleared to go back to work, which school starts tomorrow. One thing that I do know is that they won't be calling me, telling me she's in the hospital on an intubator, dying.
That's the whole, that's the thing that they try to push the most, is the vaccine. The number one thing that it guarantees is you're not going to die. You're not going to die. Well, we don't know what's in the vaccine. You don't know what's in your freaking hot dog. That don't stop you from getting one off the street anywhere in the world. You don't know what's in a lot of things. You're using that as an excuse. It's bullshit. And it's just, I don't know the answer. The answer lies.
Half the people can't read the ingredients in the processed food they eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they eat them every day.
And they're
not worried.
Yes. And just recently with the other person who just recently showed themselves to be an anti-vaxxer in my family, I was told some crazy shit about the mRNA vaccine. I got
mRNA.
it. I'm still trying to pry myself off the refrigerator. Okay.
The mRNA is the part that you was talking about that was already done. This was a new delivery method for the vaccine. So that's how come it came so fast. So yeah, Donnie had an opportunity.
He threw money at it.
He had an opportunity to save his ass out of 4 years of bullshit that we put up with, and walk out the door with integrity.
He had an opportunity to save this world.
Yeah, he didn't take it.
He squandered it with lies and bullshit.
And he still is.
And he was the first one to get in line to get a vaccine. Yeah. Very quietly, though.
Yeah.
But he didn't tell his minions that.
No. Well, the answer to all of this, to our health issues and to our political issues and our societal issues, is that we face this problem that we have head on, in mass. This attempted coup, this mindset now of freedom means that you have the right to try to attack your government or I don't know, put your fellow citizens in endangerment because of your stupidity.
It's freedom divorced from responsibility.
Yes.
They want all this freedom, but they don't want they don't want consequences for their actions and words, and they don't want to take the responsibility you have to take with freedom.
Yeah. And that's, they try to claim that my First Amendment right. Well, you have a First Amendment right to say anything you want. But if you incite violence, you will be held account for that. Accountable. You
inciting violence like Marjorie Taylor Greene was doing. Second Amendment rights.
Let's shoot them revenuers when they come down to get your still. It's the same bullshit. That's what she's pushing. That these Biden brown shirts, they call them, come to your door. You should shoot them. Are you shitting me? Really?
You're gonna go to jail for murder if you do.
Yeah, that's the part of the law. That's the freedom part they think they got. Well, I got a freedom because this is my. No, you don't. You don't have a freedom to shoot anybody. Well, I gave me freedom to have a gun.
You can call yourself a political prisoner if you want. Bubba won't care one way or the other.
Bubba doesn't give a shit. You know, you can whine all you want about losing your freedoms. I don't see you losing any freedoms, Bubba. You got every one of them I got. You got every one of them that we all have. What they want is extra freedom. You know,
John,
freedom not to obey the law.
You don't have the freedom to go around spreading a deadly virus and think that, you know, that's okay. You don't have a First Amendment right to do that shit.
No.
If you don't want to take the vax, okay, be stupid, then put your ass in a fucking mask.
And they won't do that.
Or else put them in a separate room somewhere. Keep them away from society, because we don't have a choice whether we be infected or not.
No.
My grandson doesn't have a choice to even get a vaccine.
So how do we protect him?
I keep him away from people, because people have germs.
Yeah. Yes. That's you have to stay away from people.
And when I have to go around people, I mask up, I sanitize, I do everything to protect myself so that I can protect him, because he doesn't get to have a choice for freedom.
Yeah, for freedom.
And there are a whole lot of kids with this Delta variant that are ending up in the ER, that are ending up
they had to fly
worse in some cases.
An 11-month-old baby.
And
150 miles to find a hospital that would take him. From Houston. One of the biggest cities the biggest city in this state does not have a hospital bed for an 11-month-old baby. Hospital beds in Louisiana, forget it. You ain't getting one.
Austin is on fire.
Yes.
Austin is on fire.
You know what, John?
Huh.
Another thing, one of the doctors said on one of the talk shows today, or on the news show, he said the thing is, if people continue to not get vaccinated, this virus will continue to mutate, and you could get a new strain that even the vaccines won't be able to fight. What is it with these people? They need to wake the fuck up.
I saw a cartoon today, or showed me a little meme on the internet, on Facebook, I think it was. And it was a person saying that old adage, you can't fix stupid. And then right below that's with a little picture of the coronavirus that said, I can fix it.
Yeah, hold my beer.
Hold my beer. I'll fix it for you.
Funny.
But the fact of the matter is yes, if it continues to mutate, it will develop a resistance to the vaccine. That's the way it works. They keep mutating, trying to find a way to get into your ass, and as long as there's people out there carrying it around and spreading it, it gets a chance to do that. These things are smart. It's not
John,
like
I told you the other day that the coronavirus has jumped to the wild deer population in the Northeast United States. And should it mutate in that population or another animal and then jump back to humans, what is wrong with these people? I mean, we've been blessed with the gift of science. We're in a science age, and we can spend.
They don't believe in science.
Yeah, bad.
They don't believe in evolution, so they don't believe the virus mutates.
There's robots sitting on Mars.
They tend to believe the science that backs up the conspiracy theories. But for the most part, they just don't believe in science.
Yeah.
It's the whole people. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, what they do believe in, and I have nothing against people who have religions and whatever, but a lot of these right-wing fundamentalists are behind the Republican Party, and they're saying, we don't need to trust science, we need to trust the Word of God. There's your problem.
Then don't tell me you need a gun. If you're going to tell me Jesus is protecting you from the virus, don't come back telling me, I need a gun to protect myself. Why not? Jesus protected you from everything else. Jesus, why do you need a gun?
They're doomsday cultists. They really want, a lot of them really want the end of everything.
I'll tell you what, there's been these so-called prophets.
You guys,
they're really nut jobs.
The simple, it sounds so fucking simple. We have solutions just about to every fucking problem down here on the planet, okay? Including climate change, okay?
Oh, climate change.
We have solutions for that. We don't have the will to implement the solutions.
You know, I'm glad
problems.
you said that, because the United Nations is fixing to have their summit report come out, and we are on the brink of a catastrophe. That's what the United Nations is going to come out and say about climate change, about the environmental hazards that we face soon, on the brink of catastrophe. And Bernadette's right. Look at what we're dealing with. And we can't see the big picture, that our earth is cooking and that things are going to get bad. Out west, we got fires all over the place. Every time somebody comes up and says there's a wisp of wind out in the damn Atlantic, my ass puckers and I start looking.
Oh, and it's not just now out here west. You got it out in Greece. You got it in Siberia. You got it worldwide.
You got temperatures over 100 degrees within the Arctic Circle. Are you shitting?
Yeah, and that's just insane.
In the threat of losing the Gulf Stream. Oh, howdy shit! There go the tropics.
You let that AMOC slow down. That's worldwide. That's what cools this planet. Okay, yeah. You let that stream stop moving, and life on this planet is going to get extremely difficult, extremely fast.
You know,
storms will become unpredictable for one.
Well, there's a product for that. You betcha. The end of the world coming. You're in fear of your life, your family's life. Everything's going to go to hell in a handbasket. You're going to lose everything. What do you do? Well, I'm glad you asked, because if you go on the internet, you can find luxurious condos within a fortified bunker underground. 200 feet underground. Don't worry, you're not going to see a thing. All the amenities of life. You bet your ass. You go on YouTube right now and search luxury bunkers. Luxury bunkers. Just punch in those two words, and you're going to come up with a list of videos that's going to show you some amazing bunkers that were built into silos. It's like a condominium down there. You don't have windows to see outside, but they have LEDs there with pictures of the outside that you think, oh, look, a bird flew by. No, it didn't. You're 100 feet out of the ground. Yes,
John, now think about this. The whole world shut down, okay? Yeah. And these fuckers lost their minds for 18 months, and they had windows and they had doors, and they lost their minds.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, what I'm saying is, in the grand scheme of things, the very wealthy, the ones that the Republicans are trying hard to protect, they're the ones buying those bunkers. Those are the people who think they're going to be able to withstand the apocalypse. They're going to be able to live through the environmental damages coming. Everything's going to be fine as long as we get... No. If it's environmental, guess what? It's not. Your food supply is going to run out.
Let me give you an image. Pasty-ass Mitch McConnell, underground for, 6 months, a year. What the fuck is he going to look like when he come out from underneath that ground?
Very large maggot.
Well, tell you what, I don't want to be here to see that.
I'm glad you said, because as added amenities in some of these things, they have pools. They have whole levels that are devoted to a pool with artificial sunlight, but you can actually get a suntan over. It moves across the sky. It looks like a sun because it's all LED. And in the picture, yes, everything you could think of. They go search some of them things. It's ridiculous. They are prepared to stay underground for as long as that food supply handles out. And some of them that's 2 years. That's 2 years underground until everything, whatever the fuck happens up here, is gone. We're all dead. I can't afford one of them things, although in South Dakota you can get a good deal on a bunker for $35,000, and that's the truth. We'll buy you an ammunition bunker, guaranteed to protect you from anything outside.
Maybe Jim Baker can also supply that food that he sells for several $100s for those last days when you have the bunker down.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
I don't either.
We have to fix this shit. And we are right now in a time in our history, a time in our lives where all of us are fearful of violence from one of our political parties, from one of our leaders of their political party. We fear the violence that he is all more than willing to incite and send people out. Take your freedoms back. He did it in Michigan. He did it in Washington, D.C. He's not done. I mean, it isn't until our laws, these people are held to the law. This is the law. 18 code 2383, subsection 23, that's the law. If you do this, it is against the law. So we have lawbreakers within our house. And that's what we need to root out. As Bill Jones just said a little while ago, you can't fix stupid, but you can vote them out.
That brings up another good point. Can I soapbox for just a minute?
Go for it, David, please.
We got to start remembering one of the tactics Republicans are using is dividing us,
yes,
keeping us fighting each other. And we really need to start the message going strong in this together. Strength in numbers. We have the numbers. We don't all agree. We don't all see eye to eye in every issue. But we have to somehow find the strength and fortitude to bind together to be another blue wave.
Yes. That is the answer to this, because the answer is long-term. Short-term, the answer is going to be we're going to have to hold some of these people to account. And I'm not talking about just the people that were caught inside the Capitol on January 6th. Those are the pawns. Those were the minions that Donnie willingly sent to their, get in the front, baby, go up there and walk point. Don't worry, we'll be right back here behind. Yeah, they sent them there. Those guys are going to get jail time and publicity. I hope they lose their job. They won't be able to vote anymore. They can't own a gun anymore. I want the full book thrown at their ass. But they're the pawns. To fix this thing, we really have to get to the rest of the board. And we have to get those congressmen, those senators, those lawmakers, lobbyists. I don't give a shit where this goes. Anybody that was involved in this insurrection needs to be held account.
We need to get Jim Jordan under oath in front of the committee.
Jim Jordan. Well, Jim Jordan, he just...
There's some confusion over what you told Brett Baer on Fox News on Tuesday night, so I want to clear it up. First off, yes or no, did you speak with President Trump on January 6th?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke with the president last week. I speak with the president all the time. I spoke with him on
Jim
January 6th.
Jordan?
I mean, I talk with President Trump all
he
the time.
sounds like Porky Pig.
I don't think that's
this guy?
unusual.
Yeah, I want to see him under oath.
Members of Congress.
I want to see him under oath
talk
and,
with the
and tell me.
of the United States
give that answer under oath, and let's see how far that gets you. Because he's trying to pull anything out of his ass to keep from having to admit.
Was that guy on speed?
Huh?
Was that guy on speed?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Probably getting a little Adderall from Donnie. I don't know. Donnie shits it out. He takes so much. Maybe Jim Jordan's getting a little...
He might have had a brain fart, John, because he sounded like he was...
he had a brain fart, all right. He's worried. He's worried. Jim Jordan is worried. Shit, there's a list of them. I ain't going to go in there and try to look.
Why do you think they don't want it investigated?
Yes, they're doing everything they can to keep this thing from being investigated because it leads to their office. And we are going to have to take...
Jim Jordan,
yes,
Josh Hawley, Ron Johnson.
Mo Brooks.
Yeah, there's a whole list. There was 6 or 7 of them, remember?
Yeah. And Karen Van Wyck just sent $5 in just to say maggot traitor Green should be in jail for encouraging gun violence just for knocking on a door. Yes, that's acceptable to them. Look her up on... Oh, man, that woman has been... That's a disgust. She's disgusting.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yes.
How this woman is even in our house is beyond me.
Her, Bobart.
How she stayed. Yeah.
Bobart, I don't... Really? That just stands out so much that she just got her GED, which is not, there's a lot of people that had finished high school who went on to do great things. That's not the point. She's up there spouting like she knows everything in the world. She is a congresswoman sitting up there putting out bullshit. She is a big Second Amendment. She's in there big with the 3%ers and the Proud Boys, Leathermen or whatever the fuck, the Oath Keepers. That's her crowd. Guess who's being called up for conspiracy against our government? Proud Boys.
John,
3%.
We have to remember that both Bobart and that other chick, I have a hard time saying her name. Ugh.
Cucumber Lady?
No, yeah, that one.
Yes, Miss Cucumber. Marjorie Taylor
Democrats,
Yeah.
they ran unopposed. Both of them.
Both of them.
They ran unopposed and walked into these seats. This is what happens when we don't do our job.
That's it. And Marjorie Taylor, I don't know about Bobart, but Marjorie Taylor Greene was the only one on the ticket, and she got 72% of the vote. 72%. Less than, not everybody that went in to vote, and she's the only one on the ticket went, yeah, I'll vote for her. No, some of them went in there, no, shit, no, I seen her commercial. She's bad at crazy. I ain't voting for her. You didn't even pull everybody that voted. Because if you went back and looked at her, which I remember because I was talking about it and everything, as Marjorie Taylor Gangrene, as Valerie Rosado would say. Yeah, all her campaign commercials before she got elected. She jumping out of a Hummer with an AR-15 shooting something. That was her whole gig. You know what you have to pay attention to? Not what was one of them Republicans said, it's not the quantity of the vote, it's the quality of the vote. No, It's not. It's the quality of the candidate. And speaking of quality, there's one in front of you, Aaron Trombley. You talk about a person who's got character and integrity. Aaron's running for town council up in Monroe, New York. That is her Facebook account. That is her. I thought you had a new thing.
Yeah, I had a lot to do today. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to this. But yeah, no, Aaron actually contacted me with some new graphics and stuff, which look really badass. So yeah, no, we're gonna be switching that stuff out and getting a little makeover there with Aaron Trombley's graphics. That'll be coming by what is today? Today's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Tuesday. Yeah, no, I wanted to do it today, but things just kind of got caught up with me, so I apologize for that.
That's where
her link is still live on the Blue Dot homepage.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, Aaron knows her stuff, so yeah, if anybody should get into office,
that's what I'm saying. It's the quality of the person that's running for the office.
And we as Blue Dots, we need to throw money at this woman.
Yes, let me put that back out there in case you're just thinking about doing that.
He is one of us.
Yeah, she needs it. She needs it.
I just recently gladly donated to this woman. Run, Aaron, run.
Aaron, run. Because she needs our backing. And she's trying to convince the people in her district up there that she's the one to do this. And it takes money to do that. It takes paper, flyers. There's got to be people that's got to have lunch when they're out there trying to campaign for your ass or something. There are a myriad of things that it takes to run a campaign. And we see that in our national politics. But on the local level, John, baby, this is where you need to put your money.
I hope the Blue Dot Force is with us. Let's give to her, people.
Yeah. Make it a night for Aaron Trombley and donate to her, please. Catman56, though, my buddy Keith just came in with $3 and said this was coming. Remember the movie, the Andromeda, the Andromeda. I can't say that word.
The Andromeda Strain.
Thank you. 1971, here today, baby. 2021. Thank you, Keith. And you know something? I showed this to Tyler the other day. I saw a little meme come across my Facebook thing, and I showed it to Tyler, and because I was wondering, it was a list. I don't know. I think it started in 1970, say, and it runs up to the year 28 something. And try to grasp the concept here. If you were describing a year by a movie, what movie would be 2021? And I hate to inform everybody out there, but on this list, 2021, the movie Soylent Green is possible. Wonderful. We're gonna start eating each other. But yeah, Star Wars will actually come true in the year 23 something. They predict. So
that's scary.
Yeah, it's a list.
You know why that's scary? Because as much as I love Star Wars, like me and Tyler have this conversation quite often, you don't want to live in the world of Star Wars. Star Wars is pretty fucked up. No, as the camera, fuck. of course, that
and talk about income inequality. Star Wars planets are not equal.
Yeah, and on the Outer Rim, you got slavery, you got shit going on. Like, it's fucked up. Yeah. So it's like, nah, Star Wars, it's not a place I'd want to live.
Let the sun shine in.
Well, I tell you what,
Travis,
it's more relevant.
Travis, wasn't the Empire, that was the evil regime. That'll be the Republican Party by the time that year comes around.
I guess that's what they're going to progress to.
For a long time.
Yes, but at the same
Death
time,
Star, I guess, you know.
At the same time, though, everything on the Outer Rim was technically out of all the control of the rebellion and the Empire, so anything goes. Every place had its own kind of like clan and clique and all that other shit. So you had a lot of fucked up shit going on.
Plus the prevalence of smugglers and bounty hunters and other of the semi-legal professions.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I tell you what's a more relevant series that what we're into right now could very well lead to, and that's The Walking Dead.
Yes, that movie was going to come true, and oh shit, I can't remember the years. There was a lot of scary ass fucking movies on that list. You know, like, this ain't going to be fun.
No.
Glad I'm not living in that year. Mark Perkins wants to know that you're not running out to join the Space Force, Travis?
No. I mean,
Space Force.
The idea of becoming a part of anything involving space would be badass, but I don't think I got the brain for that kind of thing. So I just admire.
You don't have to have a brain for it. Evidently, just a lot of money. If you have
I wouldn't want to go to space.
Money, then you can hire people with brains and go to space.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. Just go up and enjoy the ride, Travis. That's all you got to do.
I'm okay here on Earth.
Unless he's going to be a stowaway, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, no.
Climb up in the wheel well.
No.
No, that ain't going to work.
I'm good.
No.
Not a good idea.
I want to explore space. I want certain movies.
So do I, but I want to do it with some integrity.
I want to see E.T. come true. Let some kid make contact. Hey, how are you? I'm fine. Take me to your leader. Oh, my dad, he's right around the corner here.
No, you don't let you never let the adults know. That's the key thing
true.
In those movies.
That is
never let
true.
the adults know.
Never let the
you guys still?
Huh?
Can you still hear me?
Just out of both my ears.
But only when you talk.
Only when you talk, though. See, when you're quiet like that, I can't hear you.
It's only when you push to talk.
That's true. It is your decision. Do you want the world to hear your voice? Push the button.
Well, that doesn't mean to push your navel and your belly button in. It's on the computer keyboard.
Oh, well, maybe that's why it doesn't work sometimes. Okay.
There you go. Fix that thing. So what's else on the agenda? What else are we going to fix? God damn it. I'm telling you.
Can I tell you something that has nothing to do with politics?
Please.
It has everything to do with my favorite person in the whole entire world.
Dominic?
Dominic.
What is going on with Dominic?
Well, you know, he made a robot when he was at his farm last week.
Yes.
Well, he got to bring his robot home.
I knew that was going to happen.
Tomorrow is his father's birthday, which we are actually going to celebrate with a seafood broil tonight.
Oh, man.
Okay. So he programmed his robot to drive up to his dad, spin around, flash lights, and sing the happy birthday song, and then drive away.
That just put a big fucking smile on my face. You had no idea.
See, I knew he was going to do a robot, and I knew he'd get to take the robot home and he can program the robot.
It's hella cool.
Send us video.
One moment makes it worth it.
Send us video. What happened to Ardessa?
She was here for a minute, and then
she was there and she popped out.
Huh. Well, I seen her.
I don't even see her amongst the listeners anymore.
Discord. Where are we having trouble with Discord? Anyway.
She got
discorded. Outstanding for Dominic. That is just a kicker story. I just love that shit.
Is Dominic home now, Bernadette?
Dominic is home, and
with a robot.
With a robot that's programmable. Okay.
Yeah. So don't piss off Dominic.
It is totally cool.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
They're about to go on another trip on their vacation next week, this coming week. They'll be leaving out on Tuesday, and I get the whole entire house to myself.
Woo!
Yay!
Ooh, Mama gonna take a little time off.
You know what? Maybe you should name the robot something after the Blue Dot, call it the Blue Dot robot or something.
He called it Dom's Racer. So
there you go, Dom's Racer.
Oh,
there you go. Well, Ardessa, are you in the room now?
Yes, I am.
How are you doing, dear?
We're hanging in there. Things are slowly getting better.
Good. How's the hubby?
Yeah, he's
That's the
he gets a little bit each day.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we send him our best, and I'm sure every day a little bit of progress. So
good to see Ardessa in the room. Hi, Ardessa.
Hi, Johnny Fly.
So, but welcome to the room, and boy, that Discord's really messing with us, ain't it?
Yeah, Velica just dropped.
Yes, I saw Velica in there, who I spoke to on the phone today.
Oh, she's in the audience. She just has to put her hand up again.
Yeah, I got to, and Mama was sitting right there listening to her too. Just to let you know, Velica. I thought for a minute Mama was going to say something. She came that close, and then she just turned. But Velica, thank you very much, darling. I enjoyed our talk today, and that's this Blue Dot family, baby. It's held together as long as we hold it, baby. I want to keep holding.
Can I do a shout out to the Blue Dots in California real quick?
Sure.
Everyone in California listening to the Blue Dot family, remember we got a recall election coming up.
Indeed.
That we need to vote no recall. The Republicans are really trying to discourage and suppress the vote on it, so they can sneak a recall in there and put some idiot in there with, without the majority support.
Yeah.
And the guy and the head guy that's leading the list, this Larry Elder. Look, that motherfucker is nuts.
He's a crazy man.
Please get out and vote. Please get out and vote.
There are so many people.
We could do it all the easy ways here in California. The problem is we need to do it. We need to do it.
Yeah, there. What is there? 40-something candidates. I understand.
There's a long list, and it is a.
It splits.
It's a clown car.
It splits the vote so drastically that the odds are that anybody could win. And what's his name? This guy that's at the top. I know.
Larry Elder.
Larry Elder. Yeah, black gentleman, right? Yes. I think he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I know who I'm talking about now. Yeah, he's the top of the list right now. And I'm sorry. I think I'd stick with Devin. I almost said Devin Nunes. Are you shitting me?
Oh no! Please not.
No. Not even his cow. Come on. I'd rather have Devin Nunes.
No Nunes.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom. I'm sorry.
Gavin. And Gavin will not be listed as a Democrat on the ballot. That was taken away from him. So you know who your governor is in this in this state. Please get out and vote. Please, I implore you. What we don't want is one of them batshit crazy governors like DeSantis' stupid ass running California.
Moo boy. That's Devin Nunes. Moo boy.
Yeah, Florida is an example of what not to be as a governor, right? I'll tell you what.
Hey, don't leave Texas out of this. Don't leave Texas out.
Oh, and Texas, yeah.
Yeah, man.
We want our due down here, damn it. We got a crazy ass governor too.
John, trust me, you guys are in the race, okay?
Yeah, we're in the race, baby. We're damn near tied. It's people like Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott that I feel are in time, and I'm talking about a short amount of time, 2022. They're gonna lose their shine, baby. There are more people dying every day. There's kids in the hospital now. Hell, there's kids on ventilators, and you're still out there fighting this shit in the name of freedom.
Well,
they're
John,
gonna lose,
I'll
baby.
tell you what.
That's a losing argument.
These people don't realize that the elections are coming up, and they're only screwing themselves over, and I hope they do. But it's a shame it's at the expense of
I don't want anybody to die. I don't want anybody to die.
No,
that's the whole point of this
Johnny, it's not that they don't.
But they are. They're going to. Go ahead, Bernadette. Bernadette?
John, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can hear you, John.
I'm sorry. I was pushing the wrong button again. It's not that they don't realize that they're killing their people. They don't care.
They don't care.
You gotta know that the Republicans don't care about the people of the United States of America.
And they
don't care.
That's what I've tried to preach
they're
on
doing this. Well, they're doing this, John, because they want to hold on to power.
That's the only reason.
Who the fuck would want to vote these people in power?
And they think they can do that by hanging on to Trump's coattails? I don't think so.
Yeah, but
it's covered with shit. Your hands are going to get slippery. You're going to fall off, buddy.
Why would they do that at the expense of killing their people? It's not worth it. They must really hate their people.
It's the same reason Putin did what he did with Trump. He's a useful idiot. Trump's malleable. He can be pushed into the conspiracy theory beliefs.
Sure.
And he's their useful idiot.
You guys, it's more than that.
Go ahead. Wrong button. Bernadette.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Come August 12th, which is next week, the census data is released, and there's going to be a shit ton of gerrymandering going on in the United States of America.
There is.
That's how they plan on keeping power. They're going to elect their voters. They're going to select their voters to keep them in power. It don't matter how many of them die.
It gives you the illusion of democracy is when they pick the voters, not the voters pick the politician. And that's what gerrymandering is.
Well, Bernadette, how do you actually counter the gerrymandering? Is there some legal way that people can do that?
Well, unfortunately, the Roberts Court has made it damn near impossible to fight this gerrymandering that's about to take place here next week. It's coming up.
You know how to fight it?
This is why they fucked with the census in the first place.
You know
this is how they plan on staying in power.
You know how to beat that? Pass H.R. 1.
Pass H.R. 1?
Pass H.R. 1 because there's provisions in there for that. Yes.
Yes.
That's how they do it.
And if you're not calling your senator and you're a member of the Blue Dot family, shame on you.
Yes.
Call them.
Call your senator. Call your congressman.
224-223-3121. Either one will get you there.
Put it in the chat. Would you burn that, please? So you can type it out there so everybody can see it.
I will. Thank you.
Maybe main discussion too.
That's the most important thing you can do to participate in being part of a society. We say it all the time. If men were angels, we'd need no laws. If it was a perfect world, we wouldn't need a government, but it's not, because people are unfair. They take advantage of the situation and are more than willing to take everything that everybody else has to offer and make them suffer for it. And that's what the Republican Party's done for years, since Reagan.
It's like this whole push they're making to try to get Donald Trump as Speaker of the House, even though he won't be as part of the House of Representatives. They're trying to find any loophole in our Constitution and pick it apart.
Yes.
And that's what we have to do now. We can't treat them like they're people we can deal with honorably, because they're blatant hypocrites. They lie without problem.
Cheat, and steal. They have no problem. There it is right there. Bernadette put it in the chat there. So if you want to call the Congress, call 202-223-3121 and tell them you want the Senate to pass SB 1 and SB 4. That's the For the People Act and the John Lewis
Voting Rights
Act.
By the way, John, I made a mistake there. I don't see any main discussion out there. It's just a YouTube chat. I guess you can put it in.
Well, it's in. I'm sorry, it is in the YouTube chat. It is in the YouTube chat. If somebody wants to do that in the Facebook chat, that would be great. got lost. Squirrel.
And Congress is spelt with 2 S's, you guys. My fingers didn't get that in. Sorry.
Spell check. Don't worry. There's always somebody out there to check your spelling for you, baby. Catman56, my buddy Keith, came back with another $1 and said, remember the movie Logan's Run, a 1976 movie? We were being told something. Indeed, baby. And
I remember that movie. It scared the shit out of me.
Yes.
I was a kid when it came out. I remember that movie.
And Mega Wet Willie came in with $5 and said the future will either be Star Trek or Babylon 5. Yeah. I'd go with Star Trek. You know, I'm saying they got problems with Star Trek, but it ain't no Babylon 5.
Like I said, more realistically, it's going to be The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Guess who they're going to be?
Or Mad Max.
Mad Max is where I go. And that's what they want now, some of them. They'd be plumb tickled to death with a Mad Max society right now.
Well, you know what, John, by the time they get done with this, we'll probably all feel like walking.
Thank you,
We can't let that happen.
No, that's...
See, here's the thing about The Walking Dead, and I'm sorry if I spoil it for anybody, but the shit's been on for 11 seasons, okay?
Yeah.
So if you haven't caught at least one season, shame on you, because it's a really good show.
Yeah.
Everybody in this show has the virus. That's the thing. That's what we don't want, is everybody running around spreading viral load.
Yeah. Contagion. Go check that movie out. You know?
Contagion. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah. And
we're living in a society, John. It's worse than the science fiction movie. This is unbelievable. I can't believe that our
sometimes I think we're living in one. Johnny?
Well, I can't believe that.
You know what?
Bizarro world. You know?
The thing is, and I said it earlier in the chat. The thing is that in 2017, when Trump took office, the very first thing he did was throw out the pandemic book that the Obama administration had left for them. That was we had the knowledge and the how to, and all it had to do was be implemented. He threw it out. And because he was elected, this virus was allowed to spread amongst Americans the way that it is. Indeed. We all saw what happened. You saw it with your own eyes.
He threw it out because it was Obama's idea. That's why.
That's exactly why.
But it wasn't Obama's idea. It was his administration that left it as part of the
but it was
transition for the new presidency.
Anything that Obama had associated with Donnie the Dick tried to kill. In the end, he's not done.
He threw it out.
Because right now he is trying desperately to contact senators to get them to vote against the infrastructure bill, because Donnie Boy doesn't want the infrastructure bill passed. Because, you know.
And I want to say thank you to the senators, the 27 senators that voted to allow closure on this bill so it can go ahead and go forward.
Vote 67-4. It passed. 67 senators voted to advance the bill. So thank goodness. Yes.
And
inject a right vote.
He plans to, primary every last single one of them because he's a fucking idiot. Yeah. This is for the good of the people and for the good of the country. And he doesn't give a shit.
No,
he doesn't care.
Well, he is trying to stop that for political reasons. It's not because he's afraid of something in the legislature. They had all the time in the world to come up with an infrastructure plan. It never materialized, just like the health care thing that he was going to sign every 2 weeks never materialized because the Republican Party ain't got shit unless it involves something for rich people. And this bill puts blue-collar workers to work, baby. Bridges, roads, projects all around the country that need to be done.
Yeah, well, I guess it's Johnny's ego, just because, the Democrats are doing it and he didn't. Well, that was his own fault. He had 4 years, and what did he do? Stupid shit.
Yeah, he did stupid shit and didn't pass an infrastructure bill. And these senators, they want to go home to their states and brag about what they got. They want to brag about, look here, I got you a new bridge, I got you a road here, look at here, we're doing something with the port or whatever it is. They want to go back to their state and brag about that shit, and they ain't doing that.
Forget that the money spent on the infrastructure bill will be spent over a 10-year period of time.
Yes. And I believe the economy, as it's doing now, will continue to grow. Because that's what his programs are doing, putting Americans back to work and for more money.
Don't forget, John. Trump got to bring all those jobs back over to our shores. Did you know that?
Yeah. Something else that didn't happen. Yeah. Only in his dreams and shit. Bill Jones came in with $5 to remind us to be kind to each other. It's all we really have is each other. Indeed, Bill. Thank you very much.
John, I want to call out a statement in the YouTube chat by Tracy Tobias. She says Donnie is still using politics to dodge prison because he thinks if he gets in office again, he won't go. That's the only reason why he wants to get reinstated into office, so he don't go to prison.
That's very good.
This country needs to wake
very
the fuck
good.
up.
Thank you, Tracy Tobias. And I don't know if I should believe that rumor about her moving to Corpus Christi. I don't know. I'm trying to investigate it out and find out. But that's the rumor. That's what people are saying. That's his only shot of staying out of prison, I hope. And it's not a shot. I don't know. In my book, that's how I started out. We got to hold these people accountable. That includes his ass. Should he be in prison? We all know the answer to that. He violated this code. He violated the law. And along with a lot of congressmen and senators.
He violated his oath of office.
So, yes, I think they need to be held accountable. I think they need to be stripped of their Congress. They should be going to jail and taken out of office. And to do that, it takes 2/3 majority. The ones that are trying to cling on, like Liz and Kinzinger, Liz Cheney and Kinzinger, they're trying to hang on to what's left of supposed to be of make-believe Republican values that they used to make believe they believed in. They don't make believe they believe in them anymore. The Republican Party is willing to sell its soul on the attempt to get reelected. And I saw, was it Bill Maher I seen it on? Maybe it was in Last Word. I don't know where I saw it. It was a little skit about congressmen and what they do and their cushy-ass job. And they don't really have to do a damn thing. And they get all these benefits and little side bennies and everything. You're a congressman. Hey, you got a staff that worship your ass.
They get health care.
Yes, they get it all. And all they have to do to earn that is to work for the American people, but they don't do that. And you ask anybody or go research it yourself, most of a congressman's time is spent raising contributions, making phone calls to people, to donors. That's what most of a congressman does, especially if you're a new congressman. That's all you freaking do. You're not worried. I hear that. Better go check. My dog barking. Anyway, where was I? What was I saying?
And the Supreme Court is not on our side, guys.
No.
They have allowed and made way for these Republicans to gerrymander all these districts coming up. And it's a tough fight. We can't stop now. No matter how tired we get, no matter how sick we get, let's hope we don't die in the process because we breathe some air from some fucking maggot that doesn't want to wear a mask or get the jab. Okay? Yeah. Protect yourself. Do the right thing.
We need
don't
you.
Be stupid about this shit.
We need
We
you.
need the votes.
We need every person to be involved in this to the highest degree that you possibly can. And I urge so many of you to make a phone call to your local Democratic headquarters in whatever town or city you live in. You can make that one phone call, and next thing you know, you're connected in getting invited to events and stuff. They let you know, hey, we're going to come on down here. We're going to promote our new candidate or or we're going to take up this issue. And it is rewarding to do that. And it is. It's up to us to do this shit.
I know there's I guess there's quite a few people.
What's that, Johnny Fry?
John, I guess there's probably a few people for Pennsylvania. They're going to be running to replace Pat Toomey's seat in the Senate.
Good.
And there's some young guy, I don't have his name off the bat, but I got a text message from him, his campaign or something. So whatever it takes, I'm going to vote for him. We got to get out and vote our blue candidates into office because, like Bernadette said, this is really very, very, very important.
Look at there. I like this comment.
California.
Go ahead, Bernadette. Go ahead.
Blue Dots. California Blue Dots. The recall election is Tuesday, September 14th this year. Please send in your ballot. Go to your polls if you feel like you want to go to the polls. I miss the good old days. Okay, let's get this done. Let's keep this man in office because if we don't,
let's keep the wave going, baby.
DeSantis is waiting, or DeSantis-like is waiting in the wings. Do we really want that for California?
No.
Okay.
I don't even live there, and I know because I got Abbott. You don't want DeSantis. You don't want an Abbott. You want somebody with progressive thoughts. I got to call this comment out because I liked it. The Remixtress just wrote, what does the Vietnam War and COVID-19 have in common? Trump ran away from fighting both of them. That's pretty good. Thank you.
True that.
True that. Yeah, 100%, baby. Vietnam War and COVID-19, Donnie ran from both of them. And he, like I said, he had the opportunity, man. He could have saved his whole 4-year bullshit crap fest if he had just done the right thing. But he's incapable of doing it then. He's incapable of doing it now. You're right. He wants to get back to be president to keep his ass out of jail because, hey, if he's president, he makes the law, not some judge. And
we're finding out how he tried to use the DOJ while he was, them last few weeks in office.
This is going to blow up.
This slow-rolling coup is not over with yet. It's still going on. He got his bad shit, crazy motherfuckers out there spewing their shit around the internet. And it catches these maggots' brains on fire, and they run with it. And you know what happens when you feed a flame?
Bernadette, something you just said just caught my attention, too. You said the 14th of September was that election. Well, that's also the exact same day this new bald fascist guy that got out there for Trump is saying they're going to have the rally on the Capitol again.
Connor Lamb.
Odd coincidence.
Yeah.
Connor Lamb is running against Pat Toomey. That's who's running up there. So, pay attention wherever you are.
Yeah, that's who it is. Yep.
Whether it's California, New York, wherever you are. Texas, Florida. Look at what your government is doing in that state.
Your local vote matters.
Yes, it does.
That's how they get this redistricting. Well, that was done through the census, but your local people who run your county, your area that you live in is going to matter the most in your life. It's going to affect you the most. These are homeowners' taxes and how your roads and your streets and get paid, and how much tax you pay at the gas pump or the supermarket. These are the people who are affecting your life the most. Your school boards, they run your kids' educations. These are the people that affect your life the most. Get out and vote for them too.
And remember, one of the groups, the Proud Boys and the Boogaloo Boys and these organizations were targeting were local government and school boards to get their members on those in those positions.
Yeah, because that's where they say all politics is local.
Do your homework, because this is also how judges get elected locally. Yeah. Those judges that will be governing you and what happens in your area. Check out the judges and check out their histories and find out what they do too, because it makes a difference. We can't just keep putting these people in office when they ain't right.
Yeah, No, I've checked mine out. Barbara Canales, she's running for county judge here in Corpus Christi in Nueces County. And I first met her in 2018. I just was invited to her kickoff campaign. And, yeah, so for locally, yeah, right down to the judge. Barbara Canales, she's running here. I'm all behind her. And that's the way it is. You find out who it is in your county, your state, your city. It doesn't matter because it all leads to national politics. What Florida is doing with their state politics, with their laws and what DeSantis is trying to do down there, that's going to affect the people in Georgia, in Alabama, in South Carolina. People move, they travel, they Florida, big destination state. Those people are going to get infected. They're going to go take it back to their house. So, yeah, it matters. Every state. So we have to be involved in every way we can, in every state. It's the way we're going to solve this thing. That's the only way to do. Because we have our work to do. Look at how many maggots out there. But I always want to remind you, as we're talking about, roughly from what I can take, it's about 28% of die-hard maggots. But the old adage of the squeaky wheel gets the grease. They're trying to scream as much as they can.
They make a loud noise, you guys.
They do indeed.
They make a loud noise.
Yeah.
And that's how they're Gats and that dumb bitch's name that I can't say. Okay, it just won't come out my mouth. I'm sorry. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Gangrene.
Man.
Gangrene.
Yeah. I just had a thought. I had a great discussion.
That's what they do.
What was it, yesterday? Did I go to see Maestro yesterday? Yeah. It was yesterday. Went to go see Maestro yesterday. And my friend AJ was there. Andre, who is he's been a college professor before. He's taught at the college up here before. And anyway, I got into a discussion with him for probably, 20 minutes. And I was on the clock. I kept looking, I got to go here. But every time he'd say something, I can't walk away from this. I was hoping to have him on tonight, and I'm going to try to get him to come on. He's an amazing gentleman, and I love talking to him. We have debated every issue for years and years. Politics, religion, you name it. We've debated it back and forth, and he's an outstanding speaker, and I'm trying to get him on here. And so, AJ, if you're listening, buddy, I was really hoping to see you up here tonight. I'm going to have to fix that shit, buddy, because I want you on here. I want him to come on as a guest because me and him have been interacting for years and years and years. And we can have some absolute... And bring everybody else in also. I'm not just saying, just have a show with AJ. I'm just saying he's a great conversationalist, and I want to get him on here. I just want to plug him. In case he's listening, I want to know. Yeah, I want to get him on here. He'd be great. Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up. All right, Travis told me we're going to wrap it up, so I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. Let me see. Bill Jones was in earlier. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. That was last time. Jesus. Who was in?
Well, we got everybody in the list. These are everybody who's been here.
I thought we had somebody else. I'm sorry, I'm losing my freaking mind. Johnny Fly.
Yes.
Thank you, brother, for coming by and visiting. We appreciate your voice, brother.
I appreciate you having me on, sir.
You guys up there in Pennsylvania are rocking it, baby. Tammy Ames and Mitch Goldstein met. That's great. I'm loving it.
So am I.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. Anyway, Johnny, thank you for coming by. As always, Bernadette, thank you, darling. We appreciate your voice in here all the time.
Thank you, John, for giving us a platform to even be able to speak.
We need to keep our voices going, baby. That's what we all need. Anyway, David, thank you, brother, for being here. We appreciate it tremendously. I hope everything in your life is picking up and on the right path, buddy.
It's going to be an interesting year.
Isn't every year. David, come on. Look at the last 4 years.
Huh? I keep waiting for a non-interesting one.
I know it. Can't we go back to boring anymore? No. We have to keep this shit up.
Hey, at least Biden wore a tan suit, right?
I saw that. The outrage. I could barely contain myself. Yes, I noticed that.
I wanted to turn communist right there on the spot.
Right there. Just you ought to impeach him. And right now, if the Republicans get in, they will. Remember, tan suit. We need to impeach that guy. It's against our. I don't know. Yes, I noticed the tan suit, David. That was first thing came to my mind too. Oh well, there's an outrage. Anyway, David, thank you for being here. And Ardessa. Thank you, Donna, for coming in and visiting. We appreciate it tremendously. And Ardessa might be away from her microphone.
I haven't heard her talk in a little while, or she might have, lost the
contact button.
Oh, what, John? Maybe it could have been.
In. Huh?
John, it could have been Velica that dropped out.
Velica.
She has her hand up.
That's
again.
who it was. Velica was in the room and she got dropped out, and we didn't get to talk to her.
Yeah, she has her hand up again.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk to her in a little bit. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in and being a part of. Oh, wait! Before we leave, I got to call out Lady Freedom Rocks and to all the ships at sea. Came in with $5 and through Super Chat. Thank you, Lady Freedom Rocks, and to all the ships at sea. That's Lady Freedom Rocks, and she does. Anyway, thank you very much for everybody for being here, for being a part of this Blue Dot family. We're a diverse family, and I like to think a very loving family. We need to keep this a cohesive group. I love everybody in this group, and I want to see us move forward. And that's the mission, baby.
We love you back, John.
And there you go, bro. Thank you. Anyway, to our YouTube family, our Facebook family, our Twitter family, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming by and spending a little bit of your time with us. We appreciate it tremendously. The Delta variant and the COVID is still rampant out there. It's getting worse all the time. So please take caution. Wear your mask. Use your hand sanitizer. Wash your hands frequently. Stay the hell away from nasty-ass people. And take care of yourself. Because we need you. Not only in this Blue Dot family and in your family, but in this society. We need your voice, baby. So please, take care of yourself. Outside of that, baby, we'll be gone tomorrow. We will be here for Tuesday night.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to make there was a correction needs to be made on the U.S. Senate number that was put on YouTube. It's 202-224-3121. It was originally typed 223. It's supposed to be 224.
224. Repeat it again.
31. Right.
Both numbers will get you. Both numbers will get you to the switchboard. Both numbers will get you to the switchboard, and you can ask for the person you want to talk to.
Right. But I'm just reading the number here. It was just texted to me. 202-224-3121 for the U.S. Senate.
Yeah. The other one's for the U.S. Congress. Either one will work to get you to anyone. It's the switchboard. So use that number and consider using the number for your local Democratic headquarters and get involved and be a part of it. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for being a part of the society that moves forward. Anyway, y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good night.